Hello students, today I am starting a new chapter, chapter number 6, Electromagnetic Induction. It carries 5 marks. Now, first of all, just the name electromagnetic inductions. That means in this chapter, electro means electric plus magnetic field. Electric plus magnetic field, so that one is electromagnetic. So, actually, the phenomena in which electric current is generated by varying magnetic field is appropriately called electromagnetic inductions. Okay, so this one is the electromagnetic. Now, today in this lecture, I will explain some experiments of Faraday and Henry. Then, after magnetic flux, then after Faraday's law of induction. So first of all, we will see experiments of Faraday and Henry. See, experiments of Faraday and Henry. In that one, actually Faraday and Henry, there are number of experiments. So first one is experiment number 1. You just see 8 here, north and south, means this one is the bar magnet which have north pole and this one is the south pole. 8 here, coil, that one is C1. This coil is connected to galvanometer just to indicate the presence of electric current. So what happened? In the starting, when this bar magnet is moved towards this coil, at that time what happened? When this bar magnet is moved towards this coil, at that time this one is magnetic field line, or either you can say that magnetic flux. So that one is linked with this coil, and when that one is linked with this coil, at that time what happened? Electric current flow. So galvanometer indicate in either direction, either positive or negative directions. When this bar magnet moved towards to this coil, at that time, because this magnetic field line linked with this coil, some electric current flow, and due to that electric current, galvanometer deflections, and in either directions, okay, either positive or negative. But when this bar magnet is move away from this coil, at that time again it here change in flux, due to change in flux current flow, and again galvanometer deflections. But the difference is that when suppose bar magnet move towards to the coil, at that time this galvanometer deflection in positive direction. Then if that one is moved away from that coil, at that time that galvanometer deflections in the negative direction. So this one is the difference. So this one is experiment number 1. Now just see experiment number 2. In that one, actually the coil is used in place of the bar magnet, which one is used in experiment number 1. Now again 8 here power supply. This power supply is connected to this coil. Then again 8 here C1 coil and 8 here galvanometer. All are the same. Just the change is 8 here coil is used in place of the bar magnet. Now when power supply is given to this coil, at that time what happened? 8 here magnetic field line generated, and when this coil is moved towards this coil, at that time this magnetic field line links with this coil. Due to link with this coil, 8 here some current flow and galvanometer deflections occur in positive direction. But when this coil move away from this coil C1, at that time again current flow, but now the directions of the current is opposite, so galvanometer deflection in the opposite direction. So this one is the difference. So this one is experiment number 2. Then after experiment number 3, just see. Now 8 here power supply used, but 8 here now K means key is used. Again the coil 8 here C2, this one is coil C1, again that galvanometer. Now when this key is pressed, when this key is open, at that time what happened? When this key is open, at that time no means power supply is given to this coil. So simply it here no magnetic field line is generated, so no magnetic field line, so no magnetic field link with this coil, so no EMF is generated. So galvanometer deflection is 0. But when this key is pressed, at that time power supply is connected, so magnetic field line generated. This magnetic field line link with this coil, so EMF generated, and due to EMF generated 8 here current flow, so current flow 8 here galvanometer deflection in positive direction. But when this key is pressed continuously, when this key pressed continuously, at that time what happened? No magnetic field. If suppose that this one is the fix, okay, this coil is the fix, means you don't move this coil either towards or move away, means this coil is fixed, and 8 here power supply is fixed. Now K is continuously pressed. At that time what happened? 8 here power supply is given, but no movement, because no movement, no magnetic flux is changed, so no EMF induced. This is very interesting phenomena. K is pressed, but if that one is continuously pressed, at that time no current flow, okay. But when this K is continuously on off, means on off, at that time 8 here current flow and galvanometer deflection the current, okay. So actually this one is the Faraday's law. So this one is experiment number 3. Now the next one is magnetic flux. The magnetic flux, actually the symbol is phi. The symbol is phi. Phi is equal to B dot A. 8 here dot product, so cos theta, so BA cos theta, actually theta means actually that one is the direction, actually that one is the angle between B and A. B and A means area, B means magnetic field density. So this one. Now in this figure, just see, for suppose that very small area, magnetic field is BI, and the area is dA, means small area, so dA. At that time what happened? Phi B is equal to B1 dA1 plus B2 dA2 plus, means if you summation all the magnetic field and area, at that time you will get phi B. Phi B means magnetic flux. So phi B is equal to sigma all the summation BI into DAI. In the last, the Faraday's law of induction. Now what the Faraday's law of induction? Actually the magnitude of induced EMF in a circuit is equal to time rate of change of magnetic flux. Just see, the magnitude of induced EMF means E, the magnitude of induced EMF is equal to time rate of change of magnetic flux, means time rate of change of magnetic flux through this circuit and with respect to time. 8 here negative sign, that one indicates the directions of E and hence the directions of current in a closed loop. So this one is when the number of the turns n is equal to 1, at that time this equation is used. But when the number of the turns are small, at that time what happened? At that time, in the case of a closely wound coil of n turns, change of flux associated with each turn is the same. Therefore, the expression for the total induced EMF is given by E is equal to minus n d phi by dt. Means when the number of the turns are higher than 1, at that time this equation is used, where n means number of the turns. Okay, so the induced EMF can be increased by increasing the number of the turns n of a closed coil. Means if you want to increase this induced EMF, then just increase the number of the turns, then you will get easily, means EMF is increased. Fine, I hope you get these topics. Now in the next lecture I will discuss the rest topics of this chapter. Fine.